Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on 23, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link to our Patreon in the description and comments section below. Colorado Rockies vs Houston Astros. The Rockies picked up another loss, this time to the Astros by a score of 4-1. Kris Bryant had 2 of the 3 total hits on the day for Colorado, while also earning the lone RBI. C.J. Cron had the only other hit for the Rockies. Kyle Freeland had an average start, going 6.1 innings and giving up 4 runs, while striking out 3 and walking 2. Ryan McMahon has the most home runs on the squad with 13, while Elias Diaz has a team-high 45 RBIs. Nolan Jones' .309 batting average and .3970 OBP lead the unit, while also having a .518 slugging percentage and .915 OPS. Brenton Doyle has 12 steals on the year while being caught 3 times, and McMahon has the most runs scored with 45. Kyle Freeland has been the best starter among Colorado's rotation, but it is not saying much. He is the only one with an ERA under 5.00. Pierce Johnson has converted 13 saves in 15 opportunities, and Kyle Freeland has the most strikeouts with 63. Chase Anderson will be the starter for the Rockies on Wednesday. While he did great in May, the month of June was a mess, compiling a 10.80 ERA in that month. In his last start against the Dodgers, he gave up 6 runs in only 3.2 innings, while striking out 6 and walking 2. He currently owns a 6.50 ERA and a 1.51 WHIP. Colorado also has a number of players on the injured list including Charlie Blackmon, Brendan Rodgers, and Antonio Senzatella. Everyone is out until mid-July at the earliest. The Astros picked up their 3rd win in a row, defeating the Rockies by a score of 4-1. Corey Julks had 4 hits in 5 at-bats with an RBI, while Jake Myers and Gray Kessinger each had a pair of hits and came around to score. Brandon Bielak had an excellent outing, throwing 7 shutout innings while striking out 4 and walking 4. The Astros are the clear favorites in this matchup. They are the better team overall, and they have the momentum. The Rockies are struggling on the road, and they have a poor record against teams better than .500. Chase Anderson has been struggling in recent starts, giving up at least 6 runs in his last 3 outings. Meanwhile, Yordan Alvarez has been on fire for the Astros, hitting .313 with 24 home runs and 63 RBIs. The Astros are also in the hunt for a playoff spot, while the Rockies are playing out the string. The Astros have a better chance of winning this game, and they are the better team overall. The Astros should be able to feast off Anderson and the pitching staff of the Rockies. Even with their injuries, Houston is still able to produce a quality lineup that can produce runs in a hurry. Until Anderson figures it out, I am taking the over whenever he is pitching. While France has been solid, I expect him to give up at least a couple runs against the Rockies in this contest. The Astros should take care of the rest with their offense. St. Louis Cardinals vs Miami Marlins. St. Louis has lost 4 of their last 6 games, including a 5-4 defeat at the hands of the Marlins on the road Monday. Reliever Andre Pallante got saddled with his first loss of the season by giving up a go-ahead run in the 7th inning on a RBI single. Starter Miles McCollins did not factor into the decision, going 6.1 innings and allowing 4 earned runs on 4 hits and striking out 2 batters. Will Contreras had 3 hits, scored twice, and hit his 9th home run of the season in the loss for the Cardinals. 11 St. Louis batters were struck out by Miami pitchers in the game. Miami has won 4 of their last 5 games at home, including a 5-4 victory over St. Louis on Monday. Catcher Nick Fortes broke a 4-4 tie in the 7th inning when he singled home shortstop John Birdie, and the Marlins never looked back. Pinch hitter Yuli Gurriel also drove in 2 runs in the win. Miami starter Braxton Garrett did not factor into the decision. He went 5.2 innings and allowed 3 earned runs on 7 hits and struck out 6 batters. Reliever A.J. Puck picked up his 14th save of the season by pitching a scoreless 9th. Miami pitchers struck out 11 total batters in the game. Hoeing has been very effective at home this season, posting a 0.87 ERA and 1.02 WHIP in 20.2 innings pitched. He has struck out 19 batters and allowed only 14 hits. The Marlins pitching staff as a whole has also been strong at home, with a 4.07 ERA. The Cardinals have struggled on the road this season, winning just 18 of their 34 games away from home. The Marlins, on the other hand, have been very good at home, winning 61.9% of their games at Lone Pop Park. The Cardinals' offense also struggled against the Marlins last season, hitting under .200 in 3 games played at Lone Pop Park. The Marlins, on the other hand, have been hitting well at home recently, with a .296 batting average and a .399 slugging percentage in their last 7 games at Lone Pop Park. Miami is also 3-1 in their last 4 series at home, with 2 of those wins coming in the form of sweeps. The Cardinals, on the other hand, have lost 4 of their last 6 games against the spread. Based on these trends, the Marlins are the favorites to win on Wednesday. Miami has gone under the run total in 3 of their last 4 games at home. St. Louis has gone under the run total in 6 of their last 10 road games. The Marlins went under the run total in 2 of the last 3 games in which Hoang started at home. Hoang has an ERA under 1 in 8 appearances at home this season. He has allowed only 14 hits in just over 20 innings pitched at Lone Pop. The Cardinals' pitching staff is more effective on the road, 4.25 ERA, than at home, 4.95 ERA, this season. St. Louis hit under .200 during their 3 games set on the road against Miami last season. A trend may be forming, as they hit only .194 with a .327 slugging percentage at Lone Pop Park in 3 games during the 2021 season. Miami's offense ranks towards the bottom of the league in both runs per game overall and runs per game at home. St. Louis is in the bottom half of the league in average runs scored per game on the road, with 4.07. Miami's pitching staff is ranked in the top 10 in ERA at home. The trends and stats support a lower scoring affair when these 2 teams meet on Wednesday. Take the under. Oakland Athletics vs Detroit Tigers. Oakland enters this game having won their previous series at home against the White Sox and having won the first game of their current 3-game series against the Tigers. In their most recent 1-0 win, J.P. Sears got the start for the A's and threw 7.1 shutout innings, allowing 5 hits while striking out 4. From then on, it was a bullpen game with Shintaro Fujinami getting the win in the 8th and Trevor May getting his 6th save of the season in the 9th. On the offensive end, the Athletics totaled 2 hits and 1 run in the game. Shea Langeliers had one of the team's hits, while Ryan Noda had the other hit and the only RBI. Overall, it was a solid win for the Athletics as the pitching really won the game. Detroit enters this game having won their previous 3-game series on the road against the Rockies and having lost the first game of their current 3-game series against the Athletics. In their most recent 1-0 loss, Tarek Skubal got the start for the Tigers and threw 4 shutout innings, allowing no hits while striking out 6. Reese Olson came in as relief and threw 5 innings, allowing only 1 hit while striking out 5, leaving Tyler Holton to get the loss in the 10th, allowing the only run of the game. Overall, it was a tough loss for the Tigers as their pitchers performed well, but the team saw no production from their offense. I'm taking the Oakland Athletics run line in this game. The Tigers have Eduardo Rodriguez on the mound, but he's making his first start since late May and is likely to be limited in innings and runs allowed. The Athletics won the first game of the series last night, and I think they have a good chance to build on that momentum and win this game. The Tigers are 0-5 in their last 5 home games against a left-handed starter, while the Athletics are 6-2 in their last 8 games. The total for this game is set at 8.5, and I think the Athletics will be able to score enough runs to cover the run line. For these reasons, I'm confident in taking the Athletics run line in this game. Taking the over in this game for a couple of reasons. Given the pitching matchup and the relatively low total, expect this game to go over. The Athletics are starting Ken Waldichuk, who has posted a 6.78 ERA and a 1.91 WHIP on the season. Meanwhile, the Tigers are starting Eduardo Rodriguez, who is making his first start since injury back in late May. Expect both of these starters to give up runs in the early innings, with both teams having a possibility of scoring a bundle of runs. Each team will likely score in the late innings to also secure the over. In terms of trends, the Athletics have gone over in their past 5 games overall and in their past 4 Wednesday games, while the Tigers have gone over in their past 4 Wednesday games and in 7 of their past 8 games at home against a left-handed starter. For these reasons, I am confident in taking the over for this game. Take over 8.5 runs.